You know what? This is the problem. This is the problem with video game development. So one of the biggest games of 2024 was, of course, Black Myth Wukong, a game that released on Steam and PlayStation 5, a game that was nominated for Game of the Year at the Keighley Awards, and it looks like something I would enjoy. I like primates. I like apes. I like monkeys. I like monkey-ape hybrid people, like Planet of the Apes, the original stuff. I love those movies. King Kong, like, he's not really human, but like he falls in love with a woman, so like maybe there is some human side to him. Congo with the weird little monkey that used the speaking spell, like that was cool too. Monkeys are cool. Monkeys in video games are cool as well. But like I said, this game came out on Steam and PlayStation 5, and the PS5 version of the game, well, it seemed like it wasn't quite as optimized as the Steam version, and I'm not really a big PC player. But lo and behold, I logged into the Nintendo Switch eShop this morning to see what came out over the holiday season, and Black Myth Wukong did. Look, it says Wukong right on it. It's got the monkey dude on there and stuff like that. I don't know how the hell they put this game on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it might be downgraded a little bit, but maybe it's better optimized since you had to do a specific Switch version, since this was a PS5 and a Steam game only. Now, for some reason, it looks like they changed up the name a little bit to Wukong Sun Black Legend. I don't know if that's because maybe Sony paid to have Black Myth Wukong as the name of it, but we're going to check this game out because I don't know. I'm just super excited to check out Black Myth Wukong finally, and it just happens to be on the Switch. And here we go, folks. Wukong 2025, as it says up there in the top right of the screen. I'm not quite sure why it says that, but we got play, we got skins. Of course, you got your upgrade settings because you're going to have to upgrade your monkey and your various settings. Now, it doesn't seem like there are any sort of visual settings that we need to mess around with. So I'm assuming the game is very optimized for the Nintendo Switch. And look, there's also a supper attack, which is very interesting. So I don't know if that's like you put food out and then the enemies come to it and then you attack them from that, like some sort of cool combo. You feed them supper and then they come to you. But hey, you know what? That's pretty cool. And I don't know. I don't want to mess around with skins. I don't want to mess around with upgrades. I just want to play the game. All right. Well, you know, this is a little bit dumbed down from, you know, what I expected. Like, I get it. You know, the Switch isn't as powerful as something like Steam is, or, you know, your PC, your PlayStation 5, your PS5 Pro, which the game did have a patch on there to sort of optimize it for the PlayStation 5 Pro, but it, like, you know, it wasn't necessarily like that great of an optimization. I think it just did like higher visual settings at 40 frames per second instead of optimizing 60 frames per second. But you could see here, we got like, you know, we got a life bar, which is cool. You got to have your life bar. We have some cool combos that we're kind of doing with the supper attack there. It looks like we can level up as well. Some tricky platforming that, I mean, I feel like I double jumped there, but the game thought otherwise. This is, I see why people are into this game. You know, I see why people are into this game. We got a free coin. Okay, my coins have been added, so now we've got some additional coins to do as well. That's always nice. You got to have some sort of currency to get coins. Looks like we're leveling up pretty decently. I'm very interested to see. Oh, that was a cool enemy, the little flying dude there. Dude, I bet the boss battles in this game are going to be sick. Look at that. We got parallax scrolling in the background too. We're really pushing the Switch like to its limits, I feel. Like, this is obviously, you know, when a game comes out at the tail end of a system's life cycle, it's going to, you know, use all the tricks of the trade that companies have learned from developing games previously on the system. So, you know, it makes sense. You know, the spooky tree, I think he fits in really well into this environment because, you know, it's kind of like a haunted forest sort of thing. It looks like we've reached the end of the level, so that's pretty cool. We've got some additional coins that we have unlocked, bonus coins too. I'm really excited for like the boss battles in this game. I think the bosses are going to be sick. You know, one thing I really like in a game are enemies that can attack you, but you can't attack them. Like, you can't damage them or anything like that. They're just going to exist there and, you know, potentially hit you. I think that's a really cool mechanic that more games should, you know, potentially utilize. Holy shit, Spyro's in this game? Okay. We got a big crossover for the Switch version of it. Of course, Spyro is on the Switch, so, you know, I get it, but wow, working with Activision, hey, that's pretty cool. Spyro again! Now, here's something that's really cool that I discovered with the game. So I wanted to go back to the upgrade menu to see what I could upgrade for my monkey. And now, for some reason, this unlock skin is on the screen. But as you can see in the background, like, I'm still playing the game, and I can't figure out how to get rid of the prompt that's in the foreground of the screen. So that, you know, that's a pretty cool mechanic that not a lot of games are utilizing, where, you know, it adds an extra layer of strategy. So you kind of want to go back and replay levels so that you can, like, really test yourself. All right, so we can use our coins to upgrade our health and our energy. So that's pretty cool, you know, get some upgrades going. I like how it doesn't tell me how many coins I have, because why would I need to know that? You know, as long as I can upgrade things, like, I think that's all that really matters in the grand scheme of things. But, you know, maybe it would have been nice to know how many coins I had at the time, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh boy, here we go. All right, we got a boss, got a big life bar here. We got oh man. So this is what I've been hearing about this game. You know, the boss battles are pretty crazy. You know, they're pretty intense. You know, the model is very well done as well. What happened? Defeat? He didn't hit me. What do you mean defeat? Can I not replay? Like, I'm hitting the button here. Can I go to home? I can't go to home. You know what? This is the problem. This is the problem with video game development in 2024 and beyond. Any jackass can make a video game nowadays. There's no quality control. And I get it. You know, it is a beautiful thing that anyone can sort of create a game and have it available on platforms like Steam, platforms like PlayStation, platforms like Xbox, platforms like Nintendo. Like, I'm not trying to gatekeep, but there needs to be some baseline quality control when it comes to these games. And if you're going to open the floodgates, you need to let people have a ranking system of some sorts. That's one thing that Nintendo does not do. So you have no freaking idea how these games actually are or how these games actually play unless you go onto something like YouTube or the internet. But it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't be letting games of this low, piss poor quality that have fundamental bugs in them that break the game onto your storefront, because it's a reflection of you. Whether you think that or not, even though it is an open front end of a storefront, it still is a reflection on you, because this game is on your platform. I do not understand why there's not more sort of quality control with this sort of stuff. Obviously, nobody bug tested this game. It was probably made just to ride off the coattails of Black Myth Wukong's success. So you change up a few things, you use some of the assets, but you change it up just a little bit. I'm going to copy your homework, but don't tell the teacher. I'll change up a few things with it. And then you release it to hordes of unsuspecting people, thousands and millions of people who own the platform, and then they buy something like this. I hate things like this. I hate things like this. And it's ridiculous that this game exists when it's practically broken.